Hi there, welcome to the first episode of us playing the adventure game Fish by Magnetic Scrolls. My name is Chris, and I sometimes go by the name Dead Flesh Retro online.
And I'm Lee, and online I go by the name Lee.
We're old friends, emphasis on the old, and both fans of text adventure games, so we thought it would be a good idea to see if we could play one of the classics from the 80s together remotely.
And this turned into some of our friends and family also wanting to play it with us, and then the idea that we could stream it live to YouTube so anyone could join in via chat.
And then it turned into maybe we could also edit the audio recordings into a podcast series so people could catch up with it that way too.
And so this is it. This is the first episode of that podcast. We're joined by our partners and some of our kids, as well as a few friends posting suggestions in the chat.
The game we've chosen to play is Fish by Magnetic Scrolls, which was published in 1988. Magnetic Scrolls were the leading text adventure game studio in the UK in the latter half of the 80s and tried heroically to keep the genre alive as the video game world fell out of favour with text in favour of graphics.
Neither of us have ever played this game all the way to the end, so let's see whether we can make it there with the help of everyone else, and whether we manage to do it by the end of the year.
We hope you enjoy it as much as we have. All right, we're booting. If the players would just like to unmute themselves and say hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Rosie. Let's kick it off. Well done, Agent 10, said Playfair Panchax, head of Mission HQ. We knew you'd stop the 7 deadly fins. Good show. It's a shame they got away again. But now I suggest you take a vacation. You've earned it, old boy. You agreed with him. The last few months had been a real chore. Being an interdimensional espionage operative isn't a bad life, apart from the pain of warping and the inconvenience of host-parasite relationships. But you need a spot of R&R every now and then, just to stay sane. So you went for the big one, warping into a goldfish for a whole month. The peace, the tranquility, and you're still on the payroll. Fish, version 1.03, copyright 1988, Magnetic Scrolls Limited. Someone's coming. Good. It must be time for food. Splatto. A hand as big as a bus drops something hard right on your head. Understandably dazed, you flip over and, through a swirl of ant eggs, spot what hit you. A tacky plastic castle. It looks like a rush job, so Playfair must be in trouble, and you thought you were on vacation. Location. Goldfish Bowl. Swimming upside down is good fun, but difficult even for someone as highly trained as yourself. It looks like the pondweed is dangling from the gravel above your head. And the ant eggs. Wow. Upside down they look so much like, well, like exactly the same as if you were the right way up, actually. Anyway, there's no need to get carried away, so Playfair has a message for you in the castle, if you're not mistaken, and he hates agents who are late. So we also have a map. We have Goldfish Bowl already entered as our first location. We can use the map, we can add descriptions, we can add objects to it, and it'll help us kind of understand where we've been and what the layout of everything is. Meanwhile, we're upside down in a goldfish bowl, so who's going to suggest something for us to do?
Turn around and get to the right side of ourselves and head towards the castle.
Okay. We should turn over or flip over or something.
Flip over.
There we go, goldfish bowl. The ant eggs have stopped swirling around and are now floating on the surface. Gravel fills the bottom of the bowl and some tasty looking pondweed you've been wanting to nibble for days is lying on it. You've got a nasty feeling in your swim bladder about the castle, probably because Sir Playfair has so rudely interrupted your vacation. Alright, should we go inside?
Either that or eat some pondweed.
Do you want to do that? Let's eat some pondweed. Delicious, and there's plenty more.
Enter castle and yeah.
Okay, we'll enter the castle. Castle. Inside, the castle is exactly what you expected. Tacky and featureless, with ant eggs near the top and gravel at the bottom. To anyone else, the colours sprayed randomly on the wall would just be colours sprayed randomly on the wall. To a daring interdimensional espionage operative like yourself, however, they are obviously used to focus communications across the dimensions. The only exit is out, back to the goldfish bowl. Psst, psst, psst. Testing, hello, can you hear me, Agent 10? You groan as Sir Playfair Panchax's voice rattles around your brain. I'm sorry about this, old chap, he continues. I wouldn't disrupt your vacation unless it was necessary. He coughs. It's bad news, I'm afraid. The 7 deadly fins again. Sabotage this time. On a planet full of fish. Beats me why they should pick on fish, but fish it is. They've stolen something important. A focus wheel, I think, and dismantled it. We've got a fix on most places they've visited recently. You'll have to scout around and find the wheel. Your interdimensional warps will be ready in a few milliseconds. The backroom boys have some tricks up their sleeves if you get into trouble. The castle jolts and 3 warps and a glass box appear as the Playfair signs off. Good luck and keep your eyes peeled. Panchax out.
I guess we need to examine the glass box.
Yeah.
Examine box. I think it takes X as an input, so X box. X box. The glass box shows all the hallmarks of a rush assembly. There are loads of electrical components in it and yards of wiring. You can only hope the backroom boys didn't economise on waterproofing. It is closed.
Wow, there's only one thing to do then, isn't there?
Yeah.
Should we open it?
Yeah.
Open it. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, but a mere goldfish can't do that.
Oh.
So there's 3 warps and a glass box.
Do we need to warp with the box? Can we
Maybe.
do that?
Let's should we look at the warps and see what they are?
Oh yeah.
X warps. The small warp is just big enough to swim through. The jagged warp looks important. It's jagged as well, but definitely important. The smooth warp looks the trendiest of all the warps. It must lead somewhere pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to add these to the map.
Can we take the box?
We can try. Take box. No. Do we have an inventory? Your mouth is empty, but we can't take a warp or a box.
I'm guessing that the warps are like portals, aren't they? So you just swim through them. So I guess we just need to choose one to swim through.
Yeah.
Maya says you should definitely swim through the trendy warp.
Well, let's do that then.
Should we do that one? Should we go through the trendy
Yeah.
warp? Okay, swim through. Which one was it? It wasn't trendy, was it? Was it smooth?
Smooth.
Smooth. Interdimensional travel hurts a lot, especially when you haven't done it for a while. You buck and roll through the journey, feeling very nauseous. Then, with a small popping noise, take over a body with the aid of a customized host-parasite interface. Your host has arms and legs. Looks like trouble. We're in a clearing. It's stopped raining here at the moment, but the clouds overhead show that it could start any minute. If they decide to burst, the tree stump in the centre of the clearing would probably fill up with water. Paths go south, southeast and east. In all other directions, the undergrowth is too tangled to make any progress. Mickey Blowtorch, your ex-colleague, now a crazed warp junkie, is lounging around the stump, looking suitably bemused. What should we do now? Should we look at the stump or should we talk to Mickey? Or let's look at Mickey anyway.
Yeah.
Mickey Blowtorch was once a Playfair's best operative. Now a sad warp junkie. He lives alone and has no contact with Mission HQ. Let's talk to Mickey, shall we? Talk to Mickey. I don't understand talk.
Would you like to say hello to Mickey or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hello to Mickey. Mickey Blowtorch says hello.
Brilliant.
Ask him what he's doing there.
Yeah.
Ask Mickey, what are you doing here? Mickey Blowtorch says, I am Mickey Blowtorch. This is the early days of NPCs, people.
Is he not driven by AI yet then?
I should talk in warp druggy talk. Yo, what's up, Mickey? How's the warping going, yeah?
Well, should we examine the tree stump?
Yeah. The tree stump is all that remains of an oak tree, blown down in a huge gale sometime in late 1987. Oh, that was the hurricane, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That was the hurricane, 1987. The Michael Fish hurricane.
Michael Fish.
Oh, do you think that was the inspiration for this whole game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, should we just go? Should we just go south?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Let me just do an inventory. Like we've warped into a new body. Maybe we're carrying things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're carrying nothing. You're wearing some jeans and a herringbone overcoat. Okay. Let me just look at the overcoat. Examine overcoat. The herringbone overcoat smells slightly fishy, but at least it keeps out the rain. Look at the jeans. The jeans are held together by the dirt they've accumulated. A good wash and they'd fall to pieces.
Sounds like my first car.
So we've warped into someone who hangs out with Mickey Blowtorch, right? We're a parasite that's taken over the body of someone who just happened to be there. So it could be that we're a warp junkie as well, whatever that is.
Yeah.
There was a particular set of directions that it mentioned, wasn't it? Paths go south, southeast, and east. In all other directions, the undergrowth is too tangled to make any progress. Okay. Which one should we try first?
Really doesn't matter.
Okay, let's go south. Dank forest. This part of the forest is horribly cold and damp, and brambles scratch and pull at you as you pass. To the north and south, the undergrowth clears a little. The forest continues freely in all other directions. Bang! Something explodes in the distance, but as they say, out of sight, out of mind, so it's probably better not to worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
Yeah. Probably significant, I guess. So something goes bang, literally on like, as soon as you move from that starting position. So let's go north and see if we get back to the clearing. Good. That's consistent. Should we keep going south then?
Yeah.
Charred glade. This unpleasant scene is clear evidence that the hand of man has set foot here. The trees have been damaged by fire, and, on closer inspection, you notice the entrance to a mine leading down. I'm just going to do exits on this location. Oh, okay, it's still giving us exits in all directions. So charred glade, and we can go down from here. Should we try some of these other directions before we go down? We don't seem to have any kind of light source, so going down into a mine shaft might not be the most sensible thing.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. If we go east, we're in dark forest. You are in the middle of a dark forest. The dense bracken grabs at your feet as you walk. Brambles hinder your progress except towards a glade to the west. So presumably if I go west, I'll get back to charred glade, and if I go north, I'll get back to dank forest. I've gone through charred glade, and Mickey arrives looking worried. We're back at dark forest though. Where should we go?
Do we want to ask Mickey what's up?
How should we do that?
Good charred glade.
Yeah, we'd have to go back, wouldn't we? If we...
Yeah.
He's probably worried because there was a massive bang.
Yeah, probably. And his mate that he was just talking to has just wandered off.
Yeah.
He's suddenly behaving really.
Yes, really oddly, and looking around and drawing maps.
Yeah. He's suddenly very determined.
Checking all of his pockets to see what he's carrying. Okay, he's not in the charred glade anymore. We may have to kind of follow Mickey at some point, but
Yeah.
I think we should just map the area and get an
Yeah.
understanding of where things are. So it's kind of indicated in dark forest that we're in the middle of a dark forest. The dense bracken grabs at your feet as you walk. brambles hinder your progress except towards a glade to the west. I mean, I quite like to check all the directions just to see if west is really, is it really a dead end? Let's start north. Oh, right, okay. So the first direction I chose actually takes us somewhere. It takes us into wet forest. Don't you hate the rain? Why is it raining much harder in this bit of the forest than anywhere else? Cold, grey and wet. Blurg. You can leave in any direction, but the undergrowth is too dense for you to see which way would be best. So if we need rain, this is where to come, I guess. Or if we need water. So that was north from dark forest. So the question here is, if we go west, do we get to dank forest? Yes, we do. So if you go southeast, yes, that's right, dark forest. West we're at charred glade, northeast we're at wet forest. Okay, so this is good. They've been kind to us.
I was just going to say, like, the first location, it's not a maze, so that's good.
I know, yeah, exactly. Or, even just if things take turns, because obviously it's sort of telling us that it's difficult to navigate between these places, but in actual fact it isn't.
Presumably, did you check northwest from the wet forest to see if you get back to the clearing?
No, I didn't. We do. So let's check if it goes the other way, which I'm expecting it to. Southeast, we're in wet forest again. Should we keep pushing eastwards?
Yeah.
Was there a north from here?
There is north, yeah. Should we go north and keep connecting it up?
Trying to fill out the...
Yeah, you're trying to fill it out, and I'm trying to find the limits of how far we can go in one direction. But I don't mind. It doesn't matter, does it? Well,
You're driving. You go for it.
Yeah, that's right. I'd rather not, to be honest. I'd rather you guys tell me what to do, and then I should maybe explain also that I have played this game relatively recently, but I do not remember how to solve these puzzles. I do remember what the 3 locations are. Or what kind of things are there, but I don't remember how to solve this puzzle. So north from wet forest, we're in dim forest. The dense foliage blocks out nearly all the daylight here, with just a few patches peeking through. There are ways through the forest in every direction, with a clearing to the west and a cool glade to the east. Okay, so presumably if we go west, we're at clearing, east back to dim forest, and presumably if we go east from here we'll get to a cool glade.
Go for it.
Cool glade. Drizzle is falling here, to be followed by sunny spells and a few showers in the northern regions later in the day. The outlook for tomorrow is anybody's guess, but if you'd like to leave this place you can go south, west or southwest. Very weather oriented, this whole area. Funny.
Well, south is the only one we don't know where it takes us. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. Over here.
Yeah.
Gloomy forest. The constant rainfall here is incredibly depressing. So depressing, in fact, that if you weren't an alert interdimensional espionage operative with other things to think about, you get pretty miserable. The forest is impassable to the northeast, east and southeast, although to the north and south it seems to clear a bit.
We just came from the north, didn't we?
We did. Was it northeast, east and southeast impassable? So that basically that's the edge of this area, isn't it?
So there's only south to go from here.
Yeah, we'll try going west to get to wet forest. See if that. Come on, wet forest, gloomy forest, deeper forest. The forest gets deeper and darker here. The brambles seem to have a life of their own. They snatch at your clothes. Your efforts to get through are futile. You are forced back. Gloomy forest. Okay, so it does just repel us on that boundary. So let's try going south. Outside smithy. Soggy leaves hang limply from the trees here, and thick clouds drift slowly overhead. A battered blacksmith's forge lies to the east, shrouded on all sides by the trees of the forest.
Just because I'm going to struggle to remember my own name in a minute.
Oh, shit.
On the map from the charred glade, is it? Do we want to write mine on there just so that we remember where it is?
Oh, yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
Mm.
I've just gone west to Dark Forest, and we indeed have gone to Dark Forest, and then you hear a noise from the forest. Mickey emerges from the undergrowth in a daze. His eyes are unfocused and look straight through you as if you weren't there. "You!" screams Mickey. "You're the one who's destroyed my peace and quiet. I won't have it, I tell you." He slowly stands up and waves his fist at you. He slowly works himself into a rage. He slowly moves towards you. If you hadn't spent so much time worrying over the dreadful grammar, you might have seen him land the karate chop that broke your neck.
Ah!
Castle. Inside the castle is exactly what you expected. Tacky and featureless, with antiques near the top and gravel at the bottom. So.
Oh, how annoying.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's our time limit in the
That is
forest.
I guess it is, yeah. We don't have too many moves.
Now I'm wondering if we go back there, whether we will grab Mickey's body or...
Ooh.
Can we?
Well, I assume it's either that or the paralysed dead guy.
Yeah. Well, the other question that I've got is when that, what that explosion is and when it occurs. Because we may have lost some turns checking Mickey out and examining the stump and stuff like that. And if we'd actually started moving, maybe we have a few turns. I'm also wondering about this charred glade, seeing as there was a bang. And
Why it's charred.
Yeah, I mean, the two things could be related, right?
Yeah. I mean, like mines and blacksmiths are equally likely to explode things, aren't
True.
they?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Although it didn't say anything about the smithy being damaged. We were just outside it.
Is the mine in the charred glade?
Yeah.
I reckon we should go there then.
Yeah.
Oh, we also need to add to the east of outside smithy to the blacksmiths.
Was it east of the blacksmiths? Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, presumably there'll be objects and things. I mean,
indeed, maybe a light source.
Exactly. I mean, we should try the mine anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, it appears that, we're not just going to die and go... I mean, we're going to go back to the goldfish bowl, but it's obviously intended for us to have multiple attempts, right, to learn each time.
Well, should we go back through the smooth warp then?
Yeah, let's go back through the smooth warp, and then should we go straight south to Charred Glade and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And into the mine to our death.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Swim smooth, yeah? Okay. So now we go south, dank forest, south, Charred Glade, and wait. Time passes. Wait. Time passes. Wait. Time passes. Huh.
Are you waiting for the bang?
Yeah. Okay, so I wonder if the time is reset or not. Maybe that bang has already happened. It's weird though, because Mickey Blowtorch is just lounging against the stump looking suitably bemused. I should probably have read it out again, but we just went to the clearing. It was exactly the same description, including Mickey Blowtorch being there, lounging against the stump looking suitably bemused. We went south twice to Charred Glade and then waited 3 times. There's been no bang.
You just want to try going in the mine?
Yeah. Oh, but also, Mickey hasn't attacked us, so...
No, not this time
Yeah,
around.
give him time.
Well, exactly. So this makes me think that basically we've gone back in time, like it's reset, the puzzle's reset.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But it's not showing us the full descriptions because we have been there already in the game.
Yeah.
You can't go down the mine because we haven't got a light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The mine. Experience tells you the mine is probably riddled with lurking nasties. Training tells you there's nothing to worry about. It's dark in there. You haven't got a light. Anyway, who's looking for trouble? You return to the glade. Charred glade. Okay, well, let's go to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
I would just like to test some of the other locations around here. Like, can we go south from here? We can't. South takes us deeper forest and takes us back to the charred glade. West takes us deeper forest and back to the charred glade. If you go east to dark forest, south does the same, and then we get a bang. Look at that. So we have a reset time. So we're in dark forest. Something explodes in the distance, but as they say, out of sight, out of mind. So it's probably better not to worry about it. Right. So we left the charred glade, and we're at dark forest when the bang went off this time.
That feels like a real time timer rather than a game timer.
Yeah.
Because we were reading it first time round, weren't we? So we were way slower and mapping it.
I mean, it's possible that every action response counts as one tick. And we did ask Mickey a bunch of questions. We checked our inventory. We looked at the jeans. We looked at the herringbone coat. I don't know. I think it's still turn-based. I don't think it's doing a real-time timer. But we missed it. Wherever the bang occurred, we missed it again. And we probably only got a certain number of turns before Mickey comes and murders us. So, so cool. Let's go to the smithy, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So you reckon it's east to the smithy?
I think that's what it said.
You're right. Mm-hmm. So east from outside smithy. The smithy is dark and hot. The cherry red glow of the fire is proof that someone has been using it quite recently. Curiously, the building has no windows and there's only one exit, opposite a tool cupboard to the west. There is a cupboard and some feathers are strewn about, almost enough to make a duvet here. Wait. I mean, that bang, was it an exploding goose or something?
Was somebody deep frying a goose?
Did it eat something it shouldn't have?
Yeah.
That's your explanation for the bang, an exploding goose.
Yep.
The tool cupboard.
Tool cupboard.
Yeah. Tool cupboard.
Yeah.
And a
Which
fire.
one is you looking at?
Yeah, recently used
Fire.
hampers.
Yep. And no windows.
Mm.
Because they were all blown out by the explosion.
Mm.
Maybe. I don't know.
As in no windows, as in no glass, or as in just no windows at all?
Right, yeah. It's a good question.
Oh yeah, what did it say?
It says, curiously, the building has no windows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh no, you're right. I
Yeah.
thought there was no glass in the windows, but you're right.
There's just no windows, full
There's no
stop.
windows.
Mm,
Yeah, I thought there usually wasn't windows in Smithy.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to examine the feathers.
Okay.
The feathers are the last remains of a bird.
Shall we look in the cupboard?
Yeah, let's look at the cupboard. Open cupboard. The cupboard is now open. Look in cupboard. The cupboard contains some tongs, a crucible, and a hammer. Mickey arrives looking worried.
Ooh, grab the hammer and hit him.
Yeah. Kill Mickey now.
Viking spirit there.
there.
Hit him with the hammer, quick. Okay,
Yeah.
get hammer
With a superior
and
junkie.
hit Mickey. So let's see if we can string some actions together. Get hammer and hit Mickey with it. How about that? Oh, you have now got the hammer. Your ex-colleague leaves the smithy, muttering to himself, "You can't see Mickey Blowtorch here."
Okay.
So he just got away with it. He just left before we could turn around and smack him.
Yeah.
But we now have a hammer, and there's a crucible and some tongs. So I'm going to mark
Get
those
those.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so apart from somewhere where you play snooker, what is a crucible?
Like a bowl, isn't it?
Yeah. So you put metal in it, and then you put that over or in a fire, and so it melts,
and then you use that to smelt
and then
it,
you
yeah.
pour it out into a form.
One of those.
Oh, look. Okay, I said get all, and the cupboard steadfastly refuses to be moved. So, but we now have got the feathers.
Woohoo!
So we've got the remains of a
crucible
bird.
full of feathers.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a hammer,
But-
we've got feathers.
Okay, so we can use the crucible, I suppose, on the fire and use the tongs to pick it out if we have
Yeah.
something to melt, which we could get from the mine, perhaps.
Ooh.
Oh, look, there was gloves in there as well. I didn't notice that. You have now got the tongs, crucible taken, asbestos gloves taken.
Are there embers in the fire? Could we put that in the crucible? Then we've got.
I think,
Oh, that's
I think when you put the bowl
For a
on it.
light.
Yeah, or a light, yeah.
The fire is burning fiercely in the forge. The heat makes your face glow.
That should light up the mine.
We could say something like wear gloves and then put fire in crucible or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, nice.
Wear gloves, you put on the asbestos gloves. Put fire in crucible. You can't be serious, it says.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
use the
Tongs?
Use tongs on fire. Oh, please phrase as use object to verb another object.
Ooh.
Okay.
Use
Use
tongs
tongs
to
to take fire. You can't get a fire. Don't be ridiculous. You can't get a fire, it says. It doesn't mention embers at all. You'd think there'd be an object that we could pick up, like a
Yeah.
glowing ember or,
Think
know.
of those like coals or
yeah.
branches or.
I think we might be on the wrong track.
How
Yeah.
flammable are feathers?
Yeah.
Should we put them in the fire?
Yeah. I worry that they're very, very quickly flammable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put feathers in fire?
Why not?
The feathers burn away.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've just wasted the feathers.
Yeah, we don't have the feathers anymore.
Just like the bird.
Just like the bird. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I wonder if there's enough time to get to the smithy. If the bang was the bird, you know, when we reset the warp.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's there's still places we haven't oh, okay, let's okay, there's no way out apart from west. Okay. So we haven't tried further west from Charred Glade or further north from Clearing, Dim Forest and Cool Glade.
Okay.
So should we head up there and see? Okay. Do we try going north from Cool Glade? I don't think so. I think we should head up there and try going north.
Yeah, run up there.
All right. See if we can make it up there without before Mickey gets us.
Mm.
There we go. North, Cool Glade. No, Deeper Forest, we're forced back. So west to Dim Forest, north, again we're forced back. West to Clearing, where we started. North, we're forced back. West, we're forced back. South to Dank Forest. West, we're forced back.
Okay.
Charred Glade. Southwest. Mickey emerges and kills us.
Okay, so this is just the 3x3.
Okay, so it's a really small area.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Let's
it.
just dive in there. We go straight to the smithy then.
Go straight to the smithy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. What time is it? 2 minutes to 8
Straight.
o'clock. All right, we'll try this out and then
Yeah.
we'll call it quits.
Southeast, east.
Yeah. Oh yeah, southeast. Is it southeast, and then
I think
east?
so.
I mean, we've got time though. We don't. It's not quite that quick, but we'll get there immediately and then just wait. Swim through smooth warp. The dimensions flash past you as you swim through the smooth warp and slide into the host-parasite interface with consummate ease. Another human. Work, work, work. And it's the same description for clearing. Southeast to wet forest, southeast outside Smithy, east into Smithy. Oh, okay. A couple of things happened here. Firstly, when we go into the Smithy, there's a cupboard and a bird cage sits on the floor here. Then we have an interruption. Panchak's calling. The boss's voice echoes urgently around your mind. Sorry to bother you, old chap, he continues, but I've just got to check your ID. You know, security and all that. Take a quick look at the training guide, if you would, old boy. Note that Section 1 starts with a memo from Rear Admiral Sir Playfair Panchak's VC DSO FRT, and Section 2 starts with an extract from Warping Along with a Blowtorch. All text lines are included in the counting, so page 1, section 1, line 2, word 2 is from. He asks you to turn to page 12 of section 1 of the manual that came with the game. He asks you to refer to line 7, word 6. Please tell Panchaks this word. So, those of us who played games back in the 80s will recognise this as a bit of copy protection to make sure that we haven't pirated the game. Because the game would have come in a box with the manual in it, and now it's asking you to tell it what a particular word is. But we are obviously using a cracked copy, so I think we can just type anything. Thank heavens for that, says Panchaks. Pleased to say you've passed the test, dear boy. Carry on the good work. So,
Good guess.
Oh, I thought we were screwed then.
Yeah. I'm sure someone scanned the manual and we could have looked it up, but no, we don't need to, because this has been cracked by a crew called, were they called Quantic? When we start the game up, you can see their messaging at the beginning in the boot sequence, which is quite funny. We can maybe look at it next time.
What you mean, Chris, is that we're playing a completely legitimate owned copy of the game.
Of course.
That's what you really mean.
Well, not a pirated copy that was pirated in the 80s. It's a contemporary historical artifact that we're playing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
No one will ever see this, so it's not like it's being recorded or anything.
I don't think magnetic scrolls really exist, and although they did remaster, the guys that made this game remastered it for iOS, so hopefully this will encourage more people to play it and buy their game, because they certainly deserve it. But there's a bird cage, so I think
examine that.
Any sign of a bird?
The bird cage is made of cane or something very similar. It is closed. It contains a parrot and mould.
Oh, maybe it was the parrot.
Should we just wait and see what happens?
Oh my gosh.
This is the last thing we're going to do. It's just gone 8 o'clock. So I'm going to wait. And I'm going to wait again. Time passes. Wait. Wait. Wait.
Do you think there's a reasonable chance that there's going to be a massive explosion in this room, this little hut that we're standing in?
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we're going to die.
Okay.
I think we're going to get parrot shrapnel.
Why don't you use these? Why don't you use
Whoa!
these terms that actually?
Okay.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
Bang. BANG. An explosion triggers a reflex action. Faster than a speeding bullet, you cover your head and dive for the ground. Unfortunately, exploding parrots are much faster than speeding bullets. Well, this one is anyway. The shockwave hits you while you're still in midair, disintegrating the host-parasite interface instantly. You get blown to Kingdom Come, or rather that tacky plastic castle on your goldfish bowl. Castle. Inside the castle is exactly what you expected.
We were right.
We were right.
Weren't far off.
Maybe something to do with that
parrot.
mold. There's some kind of explosive mold in that bird cage.
Yeah.
Either that, or we need to get the parrot into the mine.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
save the parrot.
Yeah, we need to get there really quick and get it out, don't we?
Yeah.
No, there's no saving the parrot. This is going to be that we need
Yes.
to take the parrot in the cage into the mine to put it somewhere so that it
Oh.
can pull
Yeah.
something open.
Oh, okay.
The parrot is only of any use to us dead.
Yes.
We only want an ex-parrot, do we?
Maya says, "Why didn't you take the parrot out?"
Well, exactly, Maya. Yes.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Next week. All right, folks. I'm going to save it here then.
Cool.
This was fun.
CD03.
Mike's asking, does it mean that type of mold?
Well, it's a very good question.
Like what? It could be like a mold
Yes,
making something?
a mold.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mold.
That's a
Wait, they're spelled different, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, there could be a mold, so there could be
don't think they are
explosives in
spelled.
mold.
Are they spelled different? No,
I
are
thought
they?
the fungal mold was MOLD.
Only if you're American, probably.
Ah,
yeah,
I've
maybe.
been duped again.
Well, we're going to have to check it out. I mean, maybe the parrot is just an explosive parrot, and it's nothing to do with the mold.
Maybe it's packed.
Oh, yeah, Mike's like, what if it's a mold for making something from molten metal?
Mm.
It's a good
Yeah.
question.
Oh.
Yeah, mold is English for mold. MOLD is American for both. Mold MEOULD is English for both.
Got it.
Anyway, that's the end of this first experiment in trying to play fish collaboratively. I think we should sign off, and if people can make it again at 7 o'clock next Monday, then I'll do it again.
We'll be here.
We'll be here. Look forward to it.
Nice one.
Definitely.
All right, see everybody. And that's it for this episode of Dead Flesh Retro Plays Fish by Magnetic Scrolls.
We hope you enjoyed it enough to follow our adventure into the next one.
Bye.